Turn my headphones up. Yeah, check it. LA in the building. Northeast LA in the building, you heard? West Coast.
Is this what you want?
I was gonna go in, but it's over.
Yo, this is Nick D.
I'm Brie K, and this is Kasari.
You already know what it is, man. It's William Cater.
Yo, this is DJ Lost and Found from the Missing Link podcast.
Hey, what up? It's Miss Hero from Pew Army.
This is Stephen the Levite.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your boy YP, a.k.a. Young Paul. You know what I mean? Representing the East Coast, New York, Jersey, stand up.
And you're tuned into the That's Not
Christian Podcast. Woo!
Yeah, we are back. What up, y'all? It's your boy Switch. I'm here with your man Jimmy. I'm here with your boy Jay. And hoy no tengo Antonio.
No Tonito.
Wow.
Christopher Columbus Day. He decided to take a day off. I'll play.
In honor of Columbus?
Yeah. Now, everybody keep our brother and aunt uplifted, man. He was having some, what was it, some ear pains or something like that. So,
yeah,
not feeling too well. So, let's keep our brother lifted. But we back, fellas.
Yo,
I missed y'all last week. I know you had Profit and Watches.
Let's go. That was a great episode.
Interesting conversations there.
Yeah, man. What'd you think, Switch?
I thought it was good. You know, you get to know the person that runs the Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? See their perspective and how they feel. I think
you
you had
think?
a good convo about the whole Carl Lentz situation.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, what'd you think about him saying that he Chris was in the DMs?
I'm not surprised, bro.
Yeah.
Talking about Chris, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Dude,
and that was
dude be texting me, you know what I'm saying? So
wait, he be texting you? What'd he text you?
Yeah, he just bro's wild, bro.
He wilding like
comedians
that?
Are wild, bro.
Comedians are wild, man.
These clowns, bro. Let me stop. Shouts out to comedian Chris, man.
Hey, yo, real quick, man, I got a question. Did YP drop some new music?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
A lot of people dropped new music these last 2 weeks.
Who? Put me on because I don't be keeping
What
up
Up
like
RG.
He dropped a full album or this is like
full album? Yeah, really good too. I enjoyed it, and I'm not really that much of an RG fan like that.
Yeah.
And 1K Few also dropped.
He dropped the album?
Yeah.
Or a single?
No, he dropped an album.
Oh, okay, cool.
1K Few, you said?
Yeah.
He dropped an album.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
That's it?
I know of that, that I would want to listen to. I don't know anybody else.
Wow.
I know YP. No, wait. I know YP dropped, but I have not listened to it yet.
He dropped this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to check that out. I ain't checked that out yet. I know you did the artwork for this one, Switch?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's why you ain't been pumping and you ain't been pushing it. All right, we ain't gonna talk about it then. We ain't gonna talk about it on the show since he ain't hired you to do the artwork. He blocked. He banned.
I actually like the artwork. I thought it was pretty dope. And I like the EP. I got exclusive access. You know what I'm saying? All VIP access. So I got
wait, hold up.
Listen, man. Things are different over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up, YP. Yo, what's going on, son?
You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's it. Dude is blocked. We taking him off the intro and all that.
But it's pretty dope. It's pretty smooth. Like it's like smooth kind of little different than what YP usually does.
Not the boom bap type stuff. You're not doing that.
Still boom bap, but you hear more the auto tune, more like a laid back, smooth kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying?
He harmonizing, doing melodies and all that.
Nah, he ain't doing none of that. But
you said auto tune, so I was thinking 808 and Heartbreaks.
He's rapping with the auto tune on. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It's different.
Shouts out to my man YP, man.
Shout out to YP, man.
Shouts out to the Mets, man. All the Mets fans out there, man.
Next year,
I'm gonna lift you guys up. I know it was tough, man. The wild card series, you guys lost. Were eliminated, not going to the playoffs. It's all good though, man.
Yeah. Did you think that guy's ears were a little too shiny? I don't know.
I told my wife, I said, "Yo, what's up with his ears?"
Wait, who you talking about? You got a clip? You got a clip?
Let me see if I can find it while Switch explains.
I think
what happened, Switch?
Didn't they didn't the umps pull him to the side to see if he had like Vaseline on his ears?
They didn't pull him to the side, but like they went up to the Mets manager like asked to like check because he thinks that he was like cheating somehow. So I think all the umpires and
so he was pitching really good.
Yeah, well, they were saying, and the announcers were saying like something about the velocity of the ball just was a little too consistent or something like that. That there was like that's kind of odd, you know. So
yeah, so his ears, if you look in the camera, his ears were just shiny. And you're like, yo, what the heck? This dude is just like sweating crazy. Like, what's up with this dude? So, one of the things that they removed from baseball is something called, I think it's called spider tack, something like that. And so basically, it's like a sticky thing that when you pitch, you put it on your fingers, and when you pitch it, it kind of helps, the movement. It helps you control the ball a lot better.
Yeah.
So they removed that. I think it was last year or the year before that. And so, they always check the pitcher's hands to make sure that they don't have the spider, or using anything to kind of manipulate their pitches or, have more control and stuff. So, but some people were saying like, is that Vaseline? What is he got in his ear? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And mind you, the clip that I saw where the announcers were talking about, the velocity of the ball, that was on TikTok, right? And we all know sometimes things could get manipulated. But there was another TikTok that showed how before the umps were getting closer to the mound, he took off his hat and kind of like, wiped away with his shoulder, like his ears or whatever.
Yeah.
So
to get rid of evidence.
They checked his hat, they checked his glove, they checked his ears. Yeah, ultimately, nothing.
Ultimately, it didn't help him because they still lost.
Right, and I think at that point,
Joe Musgrave. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Ultimately, I think the Mets were losing at that point anyway, right? I wasn't watching the game, so I don't know.
They lost to the Padres. They lost to the Padres.
They're playing the Dodgers now.
San Diego's gonna play the Dodgers. So it's gonna be what? It's gonna be like West Coast kind of thing.
West Coast. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the Dodgers, man. Padres ain't doing nothing, bro.
Tomorrow the Yankees play the Guardians, aka the Cleveland Indians.
The Guardians.
But let's not talk about that because we don't want to get flagged or even fined by PayPal. Nah. Maybe we might get fined by PayPal.
On Columbus Day. Colonizer Day. Happy Colonizer Day to everybody. Didn't what's his name? What's that coach's name? What's his name? He went off on a tangent. Not a tangent, but a rant about a while back. This was a while back.
Oh, okay.
About Columbus Day, no? I'm bugging?
Who though? Amy, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dad, what's your man's name? Popovich.
Oh, really? From the Spurs?
Yeah, y'all don't remember that?
Oh yeah, he had like he was saying something, right? Like he was going on a little rant. He was like talking about sports, and then he was like, yeah, and then he brought up
the Indians.
Thing, yeah,
he brought up Columbus Day, yo.
Yeah,
should have posted that on CHHTS.
Yeah. So PayPal put everybody on like their 2 feet. Like
people were taking their money out. Take your money out, bro.
Yo, a lot of people did though.
Not only were people taking their money out of their accounts, but people were selling the stock today.
Wow.
Oh, word?
Yeah, bro.
Shouts out to Braden. Braden, what up?
What up, Braden? What's popping?
That's my daughter's best friend.
Oh, that's what's up.
What's up?
Thanks for tapping in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button and share this.
Word.
Gang.
So yeah, PayPal got everybody going crazy this weekend.
Why? What happened?
So they said that they were going to start fining people $2,500.
Why?
If you were, I guess,
spreading
or whatever, or anything that's
someone like
false,
me.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely would have got fined a few times.
Facts.
False information, or what's the term they like to use now?
Misinformation.
Misinformation. Yes, correct. And it's all in their, terms and conditions and all this other stuff. And people were going like, wait a minute, like, how can a company like this? First of all, how do you even regulate that, right? Just because you say it's misinformation, then all of a sudden, you get fined.
We saw that with 2020, right?
Yeah. With normal banks, that was happening. With a lot of
I'm saying with them saying it's misinformation, and then like 2 years later, it's not misinformation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, correct, yeah. So yeah, they
taking your bag.
They're taking it back, but now because there was so much uproar and they saw those deposits getting low, they decided that it was a misinformation that what they posted.
Yeah, I saw that,
but they didn't get fined.
They didn't find themselves.
I don't have 2,500 in my PayPal account. You guys,
they got nah. They should have kicked us some bread, right? They should have kicked us some bread. Yeah.
Listen, there's 4 of us in this. Our personal accounts plus TNC account.
Yeah, that should be 10.
Plus business accounts. Like, I don't know. I should have like 10 racks right now.
At least in the TNC account, we should have 10.
Shoot.
Shout out to my stepdaughter Jayla. She said I'm here too. Shout out to Kyle Manning.
Popping Jayla, what's going on, Kyle? Welcome.
Kyle Manning just chilling in Christ. Let's go.
Is that what that means?
Yeah, that's his little slogan, son. I don't know
that's his brand. I didn't know. I just see a bunch of letters.
Let me not say little. I don't want to downplay it. Like,
I didn't take it like
slogan.
That. Yeah.
That's his slogan.
Right.
Nice. That's dope.
That's what's up, man.
So yeah, what you think about PayPal, bro?
I think it's whack, but they said, nah, my bad. Like y'all weren't supposed to.
I feel like
to hear that.
Yeah.
And I think they only said that because of the backlash that they got from people. Like I know at least one person who closed their account.
Whoa! Completely closed their account.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Wow.
I know one person who closed their account.
Yes.
You too?
No, I don't deal with PayPal no more because.
Oh, you got beef?
Nah, they would. I just use them for eBay, but eBay they no longer are a service provider for eBay. So, I mean, and we had issues as eBay sellers with them with disputes. There were people that would, that were making really good money. They'll have $10,000-$20,000 on hold. And it'll be like, yo, what's going on?
So, hey, shout out to Braden. Let's go.
Braden in the house. Let's go.
Let's go in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, I mean, and then this is just like, I mean, we even like, right? We were like, yo, take the money out.
I was like, yo, take it out.
I was asking y'all, I was like, yo, we got money in our PayPal because that needs to come out because anything we could say, we could have said anything, right? We have videos that we put up and they put the misinformation or the warning, right? For whatever we mentioned. So who's to say you're gonna fine me for that? What?
Yeah, it's wild.
Like, and what if I don't have 2,500? Like, do I still have to pay them? Like, if I don't have,
they're gonna take it out of your linked accounts, bro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gonna draw funds from your bank account.
Yeah,
I'm good, bro.
That's the problem, bro. That's why we need Bitcoin.
Who's hiding behind PayPal? Who's running that?
Some guy.
I'm gonna blame Elon.
No. So here we go.
That's Elon's joint.
The CEO
originally.
No, the prior CEO to this one said that this was wrong. Right? He tweeted, he was like, "This is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this." And then Elon replied, he's like, "I agree as well, right? Because he started PayPal and all that stuff." But bro, like, you messing with people's money like that, and you could just go in and take your joint just for something.
Their opinions, sometimes even jokes, right? Like, because the algorithm can't pick up sarcasm, right?
Correct.
But we talk about in America, we talk about freedom of speech and all this stuff, and this goes right against freedom of speech. Like, is there a boundary when it comes to what freedom of speech is? Obviously, I mean, because the companies are the ones who are saying, "Nah, we don't." That was just wild to me. That was just like next level. And then for them to say, "Oh, my bad, it was a mistake," like that's even worse. Like, where is your person that
was like, "Oops,"
proofreads the text, right? Like, says, "Let's proofread this before we put this out." Like, no one.
That's a great question, right? Because you would think a company that's worth billions of dollars should have a team of lawyers, right, that they're paying really good money for to look after this stuff. And this was like, yeah, let's approve this. This will go great with everybody.
Right, like people was gonna be cool with it too.
Yeah,
like that's
it boggles my mind how some of these tech companies.
So you sold your PayPal?
I mean, I haven't used it in a long time, but I just keep it around only because, I mean, who else do you go to, like when you need that type of service?
Cash App.
But Cash App, they don't have that customer service that PayPal has.
I don't need the customer service. I just need the money in my account.
Right.
Well, yeah, but what if you have an issue with a service or a product that you paid for? Like PayPal is very good at, doing
they definitely got
Cash App. They're still building.
Yeah, I'll be buying from Switch's listings, and then I'll be disputing the charges. And PayPal give me my money back.
Yo, I used to love PayPal, bro. That joint is like instant. Like, it'd be like your money's right there. Boom.
Yeah. And then another thing, Venmo is owned by PayPal. So what's next, right?
Well, they said my bad, so I'm guessing that it's no longer going to be an issue, at least for now. That may change.
They all team up.
That may change in 2024 when the elections come back, right? This was just like a test run.
Shouts out to Canvas and Clay.
Shout out to Lewis.
Shouts out to Lewis.
He says, just another way to push a social credit score. Nothing stops someone from saying or acting a certain way, like running their pockets.
Wow.
Like China.
I saw that in Black Mirror.
You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting. I
don't know. So what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna stop using PayPal?
I mean, I've been stopped years ago.
Right. Yeah, the same here. I don't use.
But if it comes to a moment where I'm gonna need to use it, I'm still gonna rock with it.
I use it for like my payments on eBay.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, for my payments on eBay, and like if there's an option to sign in, like on a store.
Oh yeah, same
to
here.
Pay for PayPal.
Yeah,
I'll use that option just because, like, if something goes wrong, PayPal is like on the consumer side,
Yeah, and I mean, I don't use it for that reason, but if I see the PayPal thing, I could just log in and automatically I don't have to put in no credit card information, no expiration date, like billing address, like all this stuff, right? It just automatically just works. Similar to Apple Pay. If Apple Pay was like everywhere, like online, like
we could use it for the store,
huh?
If we could use Apple Pay for the store,
yeah,
we could use Apple Pay for our store.
We could process all our payments through Apple Pay.
Yeah,
like when we cash out from Shopify, they send the bread to Apple Pay.
Oh no, they don't. Apple Pay doesn't have that ability yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you,
so
like you were saying, not too many people have that service. You can use Square.
So what if Apple Pay does that?
It's a wrap. I'm using that more than anything.
Yeah, facts.
But then again, we
Apple
kind of go
gang.
back to square one, right? Because Apple's a big company. You know, if they say, "Hey, we gotta start showing, pregnant emojis on our stuff," then if now we ain't gonna get paid, what you gonna do?
Right.
You know?
I got no choice, right?
Yeah. I mean, you do have a choice, right?
I do have a choice, but
you might have to jump through hoops.
yeah.
Shout out to Ant. He's in the building.
Shouts out to Ant. Yo, so I don't know, man. That just rubbed me the wrong way, man. That PayPal thing, man.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because I just feel like for somebody to just jump, like they just they just overstep their boundaries with that one to me, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Like, and then it goes back to what everybody has been saying for years, right? Especially you, Jimmy, right? We got to give you a shout out about how all these misinformation, fact checkers, and all this stuff. It seems like it's just escalated. You know what I'm saying? Even though they may not implement it now, but it's just like, wow, like corporations could really start to flirt around more and more with this stuff on so many different levels.
Yeah. Well, you saw they did that in Canada, right? When those truckers were
with
protesting.
the truckers. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What they did?
They cleared out their bank accounts.
Wow.
Yeah. For protesting, man. So,
Right,
you know what I mean? Like,
if you're trying to shut down some sort of movement or whatever, right, you're going to hit them where it hurts. And that's obviously,
you cut the funding. Yep. You cut the funding.
Right.
Yep. Yep. That's true. Somebody else, there was another organization who got shut down recently. Oh, Gays Against Groomers. Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that page on IG?
Oh, nah.
What they do?
So it's like, it's a page of like conservative gays, right? And they're like, mainly their objective is like, they speak up against all of these, like you know how they do like the drag hour, the reading with the drag hour and stuff like that, and some of these laws that are being passed to allow certain things, to happen in schools, specifically in like Los Angeles and stuff like that. So these people, they have a page, right? And their whole objective is to speak against like pedophilia, you know what I mean? And these laws that are being passed to like enable these people, right? These predators.
Mm-hmm.
Their PayPal got shut down. Right before this happened, right before they made that announcement, PayPal made the announcement. I think it was like maybe last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. Their PayPal got shut down because of the platform that that they choose to speak on. So it's a matter of time, man, before everybody starts getting shut down for their opinions, man.
Crazy.
It's true.
Crazy. But yeah.
So we only deal with cash. That's it. We're gonna only deal with cash.
Yeah, but I mean, how long is that gonna keep going for, right? Because now you got governments, looking into the digital dollar, right? Even though you could kind of trace your money when using your card, but now you're gonna incorporate blockchain, and you're definitely gonna be able to track stuff.
Wow. Yo, speaking of, I think I saw something that credit card company is gonna be tracking your gun purchases.
Yeah,
did y'all see that? You saw that?
The way they categorize it, I believe it's the.
So what does that mean?
The ops is gonna be looking at you.
You can't exercise no constitutional rights. Like, you can't speak on social media because it could be labeled as
misinformation,
fake news, misinformation, and now you can't like protect your home because the government's gonna know. Like, oh, look at what Jay bought.
Yeah, but I mean, technically, couldn't they already know that already? If I go to a gun shop and unless I buy cash, of course. But even then, right? They need my information. They gotta run a background check.
They gotta run they know that you ran a background check.
Yeah, and I'm sure they know for what reason, right? Like it's not for a job. It's not for anything. It's
You were interested. You were interested in purchasing a firearm.
Exactly. So,
yeah. So they know you're the type. Regardless, they know you're the type. You know what I'm saying? Because people who hate guns ain't gonna go do a background check for nothing. You know?
Right.
Well, and so does that come up when, let's say, you're reported to the police, right? Like, hey, my neighbor's, whatever. Go check on my neighbor, right? And then they kind of look. Do they look at your background to kind of see, oh, well, this guy's a registered gun owner? When they send in dispatch.
I mean, I
is
think
that
they
something
want
that might want to use? Like, hey, he's a registered gun owner. Be on your.
I imagine that would happen in states like California, not so much in like Texas or other states where you could just, you don't have to register your weapons. Yeah.
Right.
Like you saw, they did a whole data dump, and we deviated from the topic completely. But they did a data dump with the concealed carry owners in California. Remember in Los Angeles?
Oh yeah.
That was recently. We talked about that.
They're like,
was that an accident?
Yeah, it was an accident.
Yeah,
my bad. I put your addresses out there.
Oops. Right? Oops.
Canvas and Clay says, "Yo, it's time to go off the grid and live in the woods."
Yo, they still gonna know. They still gonna know.
And then you saw they leaked information from the Los Angeles school district. They got hacked. Supposedly, some Russians hacked them, and like they had everybody's information, social security numbers, and everything. And then was like, if y'all don't pay us, we're gonna leak all this info and put it on the black web.
There you go. Nowhere safe.
all your info's getting hacked and dumped by government, by hackers, by everybody.
Yeah, don't you get that all the time? Those emails, and you're like, great. Yeah, we've been compromised. And then there's a lawsuit that follows, and you get like
you get $2.
You get like $5. Right. You're like, yo, I'm about to get a bag. Yo, we got this lawsuit coming through. And they're like, yeah, here's $5 because you're like one in a 10 billion people that are part of the lawsuit.
Yeah, that's what sucks. That's what really sucks about them joints. Is like you sign up thinking you gonna get something, and then you get like you can't even buy a cheeseburger, man.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Oh man, what about your man Kanye?
Yo, Canvas and Clay, birds aren't real. What happened with Kanye?
Kanye got his IG suspended and his Twitter.
Oh, because I don't even want to say the word, but it rhymes like pew.
Mm-hmm. Pew pew pew.
Because I
just put a J in front of it.
Yo, but did he say something derogatory? Because what I thought I saw, he just asked it's like you said like, yo, them Spanish dudes over, did them Spanish dudes tell you to come, holla at me? Like that's what he said, right? But he didn't say Spanish dudes. He said something else,
Diddy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that why?
No.
Oh, okay. He said that.
From my understanding, no.
Okay, he said something else.
Yeah, he said like he was gonna go and,
go and what?
Go and destroy.
Oh, he did.
Them. Yeah,
I know he said something about like African Americans being the original part of
the original Hebrews.
He didn't say. He just said that they're a part of it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I can't confirm because I didn't see the tweet or the Instagram post. But to my understanding, that's why he got banned because
I saw one.
Gosh darn it! Where's DJ LNF? DJ LNF knows.
He has the screenshots. I bet he still has them. I saw that. I saw that he said, did them dudes send you? And then he wrote in a caption, Jesus was a Jew, right? To like kind of be like, I took it as like him saying like it's not hate speech.
Yeah, nah.
That wasn't it at all. He said more.
It was anti-Semitic.
But they say you mention them and everything is anti-Semitic if they don't like what you said.
Good point. But yeah,
that's the same thing with.
Yeah, with the alphabet mob, right?
Yeah, a lot of groups of people. If you mention them, they're like racism or hate crime or whatever. But yeah, so I mean, But let's back up a little bit more, right? Because I
Yeah.
think we touched on that subject because we're talking about how misinformation and all that, right, and being canceled.
Yeah.
But there was a big controversy because Kanye wrote "White Lives Matter" shirt in one of his events,
Right.
which Candace Owens was right next to him.
She was rocking one too, right?
Rocking the shirt as well.
Yo, was Bob Marley's granddaughter rocking one too?
Oh, I don't know. Is that what you heard?
I mean, let me double check, man. Because
Come on, man. We don't need misinformation. All right.
right, I'm not.
Get it right.
I need that $2,500, man.
But yeah,
I
he had that shirt on.
negative.
he made that shirt. Caused an uproar. And then
Like,
on
the
top
whole
of that,
thing
you
is
see,
a
you see
troll, though,
Candace
like,
next to
nobody-
him. Yeah.
Yeah, Selah Marley. Is it Selah? Let me see.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Kyle Manning with the
Selah
jewel
Marley.
of the day. Cats use the N-word all the time and say all sorts of crazy things, but their accounts don't get canceled. Let's go.
So Selah Marley, Lauryn Hill's daughter, and Bob Marley's grand. So this is Lauryn Hill's daughter. She was wearing a White Lives Matter shirt.
Wow.
Too.
Okay.
And she got a lot of she got criticized for that joint too. So that's crazy.
They all got criticized. Then what's this dude's name? What's the other rapper's name? Is it Talib Kweli?
No, it was Mos Def. He was wearing a White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even people who liked his post got like famous people at least got like flack for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, if you like Kanye's post?
Yeah, because he even he posted his stories on his feed.
Oh yeah, he went on the whole rant and it was
like anybody who supported that, like he would post them and whatever.
He put him on blast.
Yeah,
He's like, I saw you double tap. Yo, but I've been double tapping people's stuff and I don't be paying attention. Like, like the homies you scroll. He's like, let me just show support. Let me just show support.
He don't even listen to the music. He just like, yeah, that's the homie, no doubt.
No, I do be checking for the homies though. I do be, anybody who came on the show, I'll be checking for them, man. That's why I asked about YP. Like he didn't even send me no link like he did to you. And you see, I brought it up and I asked about it. You didn't even mention it. You didn't even promote the dude who put money in your hand. But I'm over here showing love, even though he didn't send me a link to hear the album. You know what I mean? But it's all good.
Oh man, we just mentioned it, man. We just talked about the EP, man. We shouted them out.
No, but I do be double tapping on people's stuff, just to show love, to support.
Well, stop doing that because you're gonna get
a screenshot. Like you're gonna have like the Kanye CHH is gonna screenshot that I like something, and then he gonna put it on his stories. I'll be like, them TNC dudes like that joint.
Y'all thought Kanye was bugging?
Nah. Like, you surprised? Like, for real? Like I think I thought the shirt was a troll move, right? Like, it's so late. Like, Black Lives Matter ain't even a thing no more, right? Like Shorty took the money and
BLM got their bread already.
She got her mansion. Buy large mansions, bro.
They got their mansions.
Buy large mansions.
But this is not about a BLM, right? Look,
but
Kanye's rants.
But the shirt. What was the shirt about?
He said, "Oh yeah," because he said BLM is a scam.
Yeah,
they've taken money.
And well, also because Candace Owens got a documentary on BLM too. So I imagine it was a way to
collaborative effort.
Yeah,
it's very strategic.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like Kanye. I don't know. Like a lot's going on with him. Because he had the whole thing. He's still dealing with the whole Adidas Gap, fallout, right? Okay. He goes to these fashion shows that starts blasting everybody about stealing designs, and then he has a picture of he starts causing controversy, right? He has a picture of a womb on his shirt, and and then he gets flack for that, for being pro-life. And then now this white lives matter thing, like, I don't know, it just seems like it's a whole lot that he's going through. And then on top of that, still talking about co-parenting with Kim, and how he don't get to see his kid and all this other stuff.
Mhm.
And then like
And
the
then
only
he'll
way
backpedal. And then he'll
yeah,
backpedal like a week from
right.
now.
And like the only way he gets heard, quote unquote, is if he does the the blasting on Instagram or whatever. And then and then Instagram bans him, and then he says, "Yo, Mark, what happened? I thought we was boys, right?" Like,
Right.
and then
Trying
he
to
goes
pull the
to,
homie card.
yeah, and then he goes to Twitter, and he hasn't been in a minute, and then
Yeah, he didn't even want to come to Instagram, right? He didn't have an Instagram.
No,
Right.
he didn't want to go to Twitter.
For Twitter, yeah.
No, originally he didn't have an Instagram. He came onto Instagram recently.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now he got banned. He went back to Twitter.
Yeah.
Was
So then
he
he goes
banned
back
or
to-
suspended? What is it? Like his account is done,
It's terminated, yeah, because he violated policy.
but it's still up though. I just don't think he can
on
post.
Insta.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's in jail.
Oh, he's in Jimmy jail.
He's in jail. That's what happened. If he can't post, I mean, and his account is still up, he's in jail. He didn't get banned. But remember when Trump got banned, his whole joint was gone.
That's what I'm
Like,
about to check. I'm checking if Trump is still on. Oh, but I don't remember.
yeah.
His handle.
So Kanye had a post that said everyone.
Nah, see,
knows
Trump
that-
is still on here.
He is.
Yeah, he just can't post. He hasn't posted anything, but he's still on here.
Dang, those savages.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yo, so Kanye posted, everyone knows that Black Lives Matter was a scam. Now it's over. You're welcome.
Yeah. So there you go. It's over.
It's all just get off of social media. It's just get rid of it.
But he didn't post it on purpose, right? It was just he wore it, and then everybody else started posting it.
True. Yo, what was the design on the front of that joint? It's just like
joint Cosmic Sands.
Huh?
Who's that?
The font.
Oh no, I'm talking about in the front.
What about the front?
The front
White
of the
Lives
shirt.
Matter?
Yeah, it's a dude. It looks like it says Juan Pablo. Am I bugging? I clicked that link that y'all sent, the TMZ link.
Oh, okay.
And it has a picture of front and back of him and Candace Owens standing next to each other. And then look, I don't know if it's Walter Mercado or Joe Biden in the front. Cause I can't what's it called? I can't zoom in. But it says something in the front too. I don't know.
Well, you copping? You ordered it already?
I'm wearing it right now.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yo, if I went on my Instagram and acted like Kanye, how would y'all feel?
I would
the shirt. If
I would double
ranting,
tap. I would double tap.
If I was ranting like Kanye and being like blasting people who I have convos with, like, yo, F you the feds.
I'd be like, Switch, you need to sit down. You need some discipleship, man. Who's your discipler? I need to talk to your discipler. Who's your pastor?
Discipler.
Who's your pastor?
Yo, man. I think a pastor would say that.
You said what?
I think my pastor would be
your
like,
pastor would say that?
Be like,
Hit you on the horn?
Fall back, bro. What you doing?
Right. Yeah, he kind of, I don't know. I don't know what his relationship is like with Diddy. You know what I mean? I definitely, that ain't something like I will be saying to somebody. You know.
Or what's the other lady's name? Tremendez or something. He was saying. He cursed her out.
He was cursing,
everybody out. Yeah.
Then what's this Adidas? He pulled out a phone, and did y'all see that? He went to an Adidas meeting.
Oh, what happened? I heard about
and he
that.
Was like playing porn or something on the like a voice of porn on the actual phone.
Oh wow, nah, your man needs some help, bro.
Yeah,
He needs some help.
it's just like spiraling. It's like,
Oh, LNF
and
in the
it's
building.
like, yo, there's some good stuff that he talks about that you be like, yo, Kanye's on point, and then he just.
Yeah. Did you guys see the Tucker Carlson interview with him?
Yeah.
The full thing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I seen that,
Yeah,
and I seen Candace Owens' response to the whole White Lives Matter thing. And yo, they was hitting some points that I was like, yup, okay.
Oh, so you rocking the shirt?
No. I don't
That's
think
what it
so.
sounded like.
I'm not antagonizing people, man.
Yeah, shout out to LNF. Shout out to Grow the Heck Up. It's still in the building. Let's go.
LNF says genius marketing. He overshadowed Fashion Week, and now Candace Owens dropping a BLM documentary.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I mean, it's pretty.
Are people using clout to educate people too? Is that like part of it now? They know. Listen, controversy sells.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do something controversial, so that it would gear people to
get attention,
to get the information that we right. Like Candace Owens, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wear this shirt. Heck yeah, let's do it. You're gonna check out my video responding to it. You're gonna check out my documentary.
Yeah, it works,
right? Because if she just had put out the documentary, maybe nobody would be like, people would be like, oh, whatever. But now
all the maggots would have watched it. I'm pretty sure of that.
I mean, yeah, but outside of that,
I would have watched it.
Exactly. Yeah, well, you don't consider yourself MAGA like that, so
like that, like any of it, like any of it. Like, what do you mean?
Like that?
Yeah, like what are you talking about? So let's clear the record.
He's like, there's a percentage that's in there, but
it's like 0%.
He's at 0.5.
But I gotta give you man Trump his props, man. You know what I'm saying?
In the comments, he said, "What did Candace say?" So Candace had mentioned about the whole BLM, and she was like, you know, what about abortion? You know, being the number one killer for African Americans. What about
You said more babies being aborted than born.
Right. What about the rap music? You know, she was just touching on different topics. So
she was also saying how people was like, oh, shut up, Candace Owens, because you don't know anything about Black culture or Black this. And
who
then
said that?
Candace.
No,
well, people were saying that online, or they usually say that online whenever she's, you know, in the news or whatever. And then she was like, no, well, this is not the Black culture that I want to be a part of, right? And I was like, I'm out. She's right. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Boozy made his comments. He said Kanye need to bleach his skin. You're using your platform to go against I don't know if he said go against, but he said something along the lines like using your platform to speak bad about your people.
Isn't that what Boozy does with his music?
Come on, bro. Come on, bring that smoke.
I'm just saying, bro. Boozy at me,
get your
bro.
joint on live. He give you $1,000 right now.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying,
He'll
since we talk about
right on live.
we said
$1,000.
you know, we talking about Kanye starting smoke for clout to get messages out there. Let's go, Boozy. What's up? You know what I mean? Yo, that's wild that he would say that, man. Like I could see somebody else like who's really trying to do something for the community, right? Like who's really trying to empower the community, say like, yo, you know, you're exploiting our people, whatever. But Boozy, like, come on, bro.
Yeah. And says Candace from the hood, though. I mean, she is, but right, she married a white guy, so people take away her blackness, right? It's because of that.
Like, how are you less black because you marry somebody who's white, though?
I mean, Kanye married someone that was white, right?
That's true.
And actually,
she's
Casanova from jail has said, you know, white lives matter because his kids are half white. Like,
right.
He's like, it makes sense. Like, don't let it go over your heads.
Right. And the whole movement too, though. The whole movement wasn't even about like. It was more about the alphabet mob agenda than anything else. Destroying the nuclear family. Than about ending police brutality. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what they kind of used. Like they did the whole clout thing to push their agenda. You know what I'm saying? Because they took advantage of an issue that people were concerned about, right? Police brutality. But they segmented it, and I feel like they should have been more inclusive with the police brutality issue because there's just so many people, from so many demographics that have been affected by this, and I think that it would have had a much greater impact had they built allies,
Yeah.
And now you
LNF,
got by
LNF
large
said
mansions,
that Charleston White whole playbook antagonize and capitalize on the extra.
Hey, I don't know, man.
attention.
Charleston White be spitting bars, man. I'll be agreeing with that dude a whole lot.
Who is that? I don't know. I'm not familiar. Who is that?
Is he from Texas? Where's he from?
Yeah, I think he's from Texas. He's a dude that got caught up in a murder. And
when he was a kid.
He
was like 14 or something like that.
And so his whole thing is that he says that he plays a character, or he tries to act just like what the rappers act like, right? Because the rappers are like, forget the dead, whatever, like they don't care, right? And so he's like, all right, I'm on that type of energy, I'm on that type of time, But I mean, he says some reckless thing. They all do. They all just say reckless stuff. That's just like now he's beefing with T.I.'s son and Boozy's son.
What's the issue with T.I.'s son?
I think T.I.'s son had mentioned him about. I think they were like about pressing Charleston White, and T.I. had responded like, "Listen, you could play with me, don't play about my kids." You know what I'm saying? Because those are my kids at the end of the day. Come see his pops. Don't go to the son. And then Charleston White was like, "I'll blast him like George Zimmerman did Trayvon Martin."
Wow.
Yeah, like so.
All right.
So it's just
I don't
like
agree with it. So
it's just
I
just
retract
like,
my statement.
It's just like, your message done gone.
Yo, man, a savage. Wow.
Like,
wow, that's crazy. Yo, T.I.'s son was locked up recently, wasn't he? I thought I heard he commented on that too.
I'm not sure. No, he was saying that he said that T.I. was the original cop because he was on tip. What is it? 1-800 tips or whatever that one time.
Yeah, he did. He was like,
so he's like, you need to go talk to your daddy because he's the original cop.
He did. He really did do a whole PSA.
Man,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. So anyway, so you copping the White Lives Matter shirt?
I don't think any of us are.
How about the White Lives Matter shirt?
Nah, we're doing Latin Lives Matter.
Ooh, you want smoke from everybody. You want smoke from both sides, bro. Wow.
Oh, man.
Yo, new merch. That's not Christian.com.
I said, dude, that
Latino Lives Matter.
What is that? What is that? LL Latino Lives Matter. LLM. Let's go.
Let's go.
Nah, that wasn't true. The whole he shot himself in the club and all that. That was cap.
Yeah, that was fake news. $2,500, Ant.
Misinformation. Pay us.
Send the bag. It was like we built your roots. we cook your hibachi.
Oh man.
And roll sushi.
Speaking about LLM, what's up with Logan Paul calling out Bad Bunny?
What?
Yo, the PR pages went in on him. All the PR pages.
So Logan, what was it? Logan Paul had mentioned that Bad Bunny's exploiting the
He
tax
did an interview,
benefits.
right? He did an interview. He was on a podcast. What's your man's name, Jay?
Philip DeFranco.
Philip DeFranco. He did a podcast with him. He gave his version, right? He like wanted to give his account, and he came on there and he said what he's doing ain't nothing different than what Bad Bunny is doing.
Oh yeah. But I think Logan's point was that I guess Bad Bunny is speaking out against those tax benefits.
Well, the reason why he even mentioned it,
type stuff.
the reason why he mentioned it is because they showed him in the documentary that Bad Bunny dropped. That's the only reason why he even mentioned his name.
Correct.
Oh, okay. So Bad Bunny, the
Pull him in
documentary
that documentary, yeah.
through the first shot.
So you didn't watch it? You didn't watch the documentary?
No.
Well, because you know Hablo, right? You would know Hablo.
Nah, because I'm Christian, bro. I'm like really Christian, bro.
Oh man.
So you don't watch documentaries, okay?
Yeah, I don't watch Jeffrey Dahmer.
You don't watch TV at all, right? Because you might miss the rapture. I get it.
Yeah. I don't even watch TVN. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so
but they got Johnny Mac on there. What do you mean?
They do?
Yeah, he's been on there before.
He's on TVN now? Wow.
He's been on there before.
So
anyway,
Logan Bad Bunny had did a doc.
He did a doc on gentrification in Puerto Rico and how people from the States are going to Puerto Rico to avoid paying taxes, right? And basically because they have money, they're able to pay higher rents, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're able to buy homes and increase the values of homes because they have the bread to do it, you know? And so they go to the island and then they displace these people who have been living there for 10, 20 years, paying like $500 rent, whatever it is in PR. I don't know what it is. And they got nowhere to live because the rents have gone up because of everybody who's moving, to PR. So that's basically what the documentary was about. And then they mentioned Logan Paul, who had moved there. And so he was on there saying like, look, like I didn't talk about this before. He said, because this isn't why I did it. He said, but he's like, I did A, B, and C in PR, you know what I'm saying? And I did this, and that. And like, I'm not saying it for clout. I'm just saying it because, you guys are saying that I come here to exploit the people and exploit the land and everything else. He's like, but I'm giving back, And so then that's when he went in and was talking about how Bad Bunny's taking advantage of the same tax benefits that you can get from living in PR. There are different type of tax codes though, because the one that Logan Paul is taking advantage of is the fact that he didn't live on the island previously, and then he's moving to the island, and so you get tax benefits for that.
Are we mad at him about that? I'm not mad.
I think it brings up a great conversation that we should talk about taxation.
Right? I mean, what we need to really talk about is how the government over there has robbed the people, right? Like aid and stuff that was given to the people and money, and they kept it for themselves. And then now they needed a buyout, right? Mm-hmm. So now all the rich people are moving in and saying, "Hey, we'll buy your land. We'll sell it to us."
But I think a lot of the problem too is that native Puerto Ricans cannot get that same tax benefit that somebody from mainland can. And that's the argument that they have. Mm-hmm. But it seemed like when Logan mentioned about Bad Bunny using the same type of code or whatever, like most Puerto Ricans were like, all right, cool. Like he's from Puerto Rico. Like, I support it. So then my question is, what exactly is the issue then? Is it that law, or is it who's taking advantage of that? Right? Because
it's a law, right?
it's no question that Bad Bunny is from Puerto Rico, but he's already at a economic level that most Puerto Ricans aren't.
Right.
Right. So it's cool that he's taking advantage of it because he's from there. But then somebody else who's not Puerto Rican can't, like, it doesn't weigh out, the same.
There's a bias. There's definitely a bias.
Yeah. So and we were talking about this privately, right? We and Switch, who are Puerto Rican because their family is Puerto Rican, they wouldn't
He just said
qualify.
you're not a real Puerto Rican, bro.
I'm just saying, like, they don't live there, they weren't
you're
born
New
there,
York
right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they weren't born there, so they wouldn't be able to take advantage of this. I mean, they would be able to take
They
advantage.
would be able to. Yeah, they could Logan Paul.
Correct. Yes, they could be the Logan Paul of it,
Mhm.
right? So it seemed like it would be cool if they did it,
Right.
but not, for example, myself or you, Jimmy, who is not a native Puerto Rican.
I don't even think they'd have a problem with me and you. I think they have a problem with Logan Paul
somebody
because he's white. I think it's because he's white. I got to keep it a buck. I think that's what the problem is. It ain't that somebody's coming
That's
over
what I
there
think so too.
and trying to avoid taxes, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I think so too.
I mean, I don't really see nothing wrong with what Logan Paul has done. He saw a tax break. He saw a tax benefit.
Yeah,
and he took advantage of it.
Yeah, and I didn't even expect him to do everything that he did with the gyms. You know what I'm saying? Like that was huge to me. I didn't know that. Ant mentioned it, and then when I saw the interview, I heard him talk about the different gyms. You know what I'm saying? That he was like helping out. And it kind of sucks that he was trying to do it out of love, and then he had to bring it up like, like
in public.
Yeah, in public. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't seem like all this whole time that he's been living there, he didn't mention it at all. You know. And then now he got to bring it up, and I think that that's dope that he was doing that, without letting anybody know, So I just think, I think it kind of.
But I mean, like I said, Puerto Rico is like selling land to investors right now. Like that's how the bonds and all that. They're just so it's bound to happen, right? Like they're gonna make it nice, make it into resorts.
And investors ain't going to invest back into the communities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're there to invest, to make money for themselves.
Right.
So, I mean, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah, and it was interesting because I actually went back to Blanca's video. Sorry, not Blanca, Bianca. And she had interviewed somebody outside of the walls of Dorado, right?
Who's Bianca? Sorry.
The documentary maker.
Okay.
Yeah, the reporter, right? Okay. I mean, she kind of like the face of what's going on, right? And she I guess contacted somebody that lives outside of those walls, and like the streets are messed up, houses are like terrible, right? And the dude said something interesting. He said, right, that these developers are coming in, they're building these nice fancy hotels for the rich and famous. They'll hire people from there to go and work, but the thing is that they will never be able to stay in those type of hotels or resorts, right? Because they're going to pay them the least possible
minimum,
right?
Sure.
And there's no like get paid to like kind of like progress and like get better at at life or do better for yourself.
But you're working for a hotel, like that's not skilled labor. You know what I'm saying? You get paid for skilled labor. Like working in a hotel.
I don't know, bro. Keeping a place squeaky clean. I mean, that's labor.
I didn't say it wasn't labor. I said skilled labor.
I think there's a skill to it.
You can hire anybody to park a car and cook in a hotel and clean a room and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not necessarily skilled labor where you expect to get paid a livable wage. You know what I mean? Like nobody goes to school and says, when I grow up, I'm going to work at a hotel. You know what I mean? True. Like unless you're planning to be the president of the hotel or something like that. But then you go to school for that, right? You go to school for that. You invest in that, because you want to be in business. You want to run a business. You want to be CEO or whatever, president of the hotel.
But and it depends which hotels, because if you're in the city, you can make some good bread working at a hotel. Like if you work at the Waldorf or one of these, if you're just a housekeeper, you get your salary and tips, and you know, you can come home with good money. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that's not what's going on in Puerto Rico though, but I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, and also the cost of living too, right?
Yeah.
Because New York, the cost of living in New York is way different than PR.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Man, and it's going off, man. And get on, bro.
Yeah, he's like, I don't rock with the tax benefits they give these rich folks because those taxes could help the people. They allow big companies to be in PR and don't charge them taxes in return for low wage working.
That's capitalism, bro.
So then, what's the alternative? Not having those corporations and people not having jobs.
We got some smoke in the comments with the live. Let's go. Eric,
get your mic on, son. No, don't be all chatty patty in the comments, son. Get your mic on. Turn the camera on. Let's go live, son.
I mean, listen.
You see, y'all. I just want to say this to everybody listening. This is what we do, man. We don't always agree with each other, but we still love each other.
Hey, listen, but here's the thing. Like, we even discussed, you know, getting property over there, switching it to Airbnb, taking
advantage of those tax benefits.
I was like, let's do it, right?
Ant was down. Ant was coming. Like, yeah, take my 25%. I'm good on.
Right.
Ant said he's coming. So
hey, so we're gonna buy property in Puerto Rico, and Ant is gonna be the only one paying taxes. Because he feels bad about not paying taxes. Get out of here.
Yeah. So NTR, right? Which is a neighboring country. Yeah. There's kind of the same thing.
Look at your man. Your man is here.
He's coming out. He's coming out.
Go ahead. Finish your story.
Let me finish this.
Yeah, finish it, then I'll let him. Hold on.
So it's kind of something similar, right? Where they are encouraging, this administration is encouraging American corporations and people with money to come in, and they'll receive, you know, just like, you know, in the United States, you know, tax benefits and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. But the only difference is, in my finding, right, like they are allowing, you know, both, you know, Dominican nationals and then as well as people from outside to participate, right? Mm-hmm. Which is not the case, you know, in Puerto Rico. And take it away.
Hold on, let me add him. Oh, what happened? I promise you, I didn't do that. I promise you, I didn't. He disappeared.
This guy.
I promise you, I didn't do that.
He was mad.
Yo, Ant, come back, Ant.
Yeah. Brooklyn says, I'm with Jimmy on this. Now, there's no perfect answer, but taxation is theft. So definitely not rocking with theft. No, absolutely. And I think, Jimmy, you brought up a point, right? That a lot of the money that was supposedly used is for welfare and all that. There we go.
Let's go. The man, the myth, the legend.
What's good?
Yo, what is this crap y'all talking about, yo?
What we talking about? What we talking about, though? What is
this crap y'all talking about?
What we talking
Let's
about?
Go, son. Are we going to buy these Airbnbs or not?
Bro, first of all, hold on, I got it wrong. Yo.
You had it right.
I had it right?
Mm-hmm. No, right there. You're good right there.
All right. I'll get this right. Yo, I don't rock with the whole Logan Paul thing, yo.
Mm-hmm. What don't you rock with?
Well, I mean, not that I don't rock with it, because I mean, I would do it too, right? Mm-hmm. But he don't got no business bringing Bad Bunny into it like that. He shouldn't. He should have just kept his mouth shut.
But you don't think
Bad Bunny was the one that brought him in?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, but then he should have responded to the documentary then.
But that's the whole point.
Yeah, but he didn't respond to them when they asked him to speak on the documentary.
But he did.
You saw the interview? Who saw the interview?
Bianca reached out to him. And
yes.
That part. Yeah, he didn't respond.
Correct.
He didn't. Yeah.
He didn't respond.
He didn't want to
to
participate in the documentary.
Right. He didn't want to.
In the actual documentary, he didn't want to be a part of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Then all of a sudden, you want to do a video you handing out water bottles, and now I'm
you think that was staged?
It probably was, because he's handing out water. I mean, they said he did it. It said it wasn't. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, you didn't want to respond to the documentary. All of a sudden, the video you handing water bottles is out. Yo, come on, yo. That's one.
So you think it was staged? Okay.
And two, like, why you? But even if Bad Bunny brought him up, Bad Bunny has a right to. Yo, he's still a resident, and Bad Bunny can't take advantage of those same tax advantages.
How do we know he's still a resident?
What do you mean?
He's been a resident.
Bad Bunny's not paying federal taxes.
He's not paying federal taxes there, but they got to pay them. He got to pay taxes to the island.
Yeah, he pays taxes to the islands, but he don't pay federal taxes.
Right. Yeah. Logan Paul don't pay no capital gain tax.
He don't. I get the capital gains, but is he paying any taxes on the island?
Who, Logan Paul?
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Is it? I don't think they pay any taxes. They're
not paying any taxes. Yeah.
So they don't pay no taxes to the state either.
Nothing. They don't pay nothing. That's what I'm saying. They just sucking off the land, and they don't.
Let's go. I'm moving.
So
let's go. Everybody, we're moving to Puerto Rico.
So, I hate this.
That's the Holy Land, son.
I hate.
But is that because he's bringing jobs in there, or
what jobs he bringing? What, he employs like 2 Puerto Ricans? What jobs, yo?
Juan Pablo's.
He got Ricardo. He got Ricardo who drives him around.
Yo, but they bringing on Puerto Rican boxers, changing pretty much their lives. Like that don't count.
He doing
sparring partners. What
trainers, Puerto Rican boxers?
They had that girl, Amanda Serrano.
Oh yeah,
they're from Brooklyn. They're not even from Puerto Rico.
Oh, so they like you guys.
You're not Puerto Rican. You're not real Puerto Rican.
They're Rican.
But I'm
I thought she was from there.
He's from Brooklyn.
But y'all talking like
Puerto Rican.
Like he helping natives.
Oh, see, my bad. I thought she lived out there.
I thought she lived out there too. I thought she lived out there.
LNF has this question. He says, "Is Logan giving back more than he would pay in taxes?"
So that was the question that was asked.
I tell you what. I bet you what he's paying, even if it's less than what he would pay in taxes, I bet you his dollars are making more of an impact than if he would have paid taxes.
Well, that's because of the government, though.
Right. That's what exactly.
Yeah. But the issue is not. But that's one of the issues. That's why That's why they always protesting the government. But that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons they protest. It ain't like they at the city hall protesting because Logan lives there. There's numbers of issues that they're protesting about, but that's one of them. Right. The other one, like he was saying about the corporations, there's so many companies that they allow to work, they allow to live, have their businesses tax-free on the island, like I said, in exchange for jobs. But the minute they start talking about taxing, they leave. You know how many abandoned buildings that these pharmaceutical companies have there, and people lost jobs because they bounced because they didn't want to pay taxes?
So what happens? So is only a certain time period that you don't pay taxes? How does that work?
No, it's just every time it comes up to where they start bringing it up and trying to pass a bill and taxes. Then
I'm out of here. Y'all bugging. Right, y'all always trying to tag me. Okay, I get it.
So they out.
I mean, I would still rather deal with you telling me I got to pay taxes than moving to New York or California and actually paying taxes.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, and I think that's what the people get so upset about. It's like, yo, first of all, the government sucks. They take advantage. They're not helping.
Well, that's everywhere. That's not exclusive to Puerto Rico. That's everywhere.
It's not. But they even worse there. Like I saw LNF mention like Texas. He said that people hear the same complaints in Texas. But I'm like, Texas keep their hospitals all right. They keep their roads good. Like, that ain't happening in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, there's more of a need in PR.
Yeah, like they're not doing anything. Like you at night, you can't even stop at a red light because you might get jacked. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't care about the police. They don't care about none of that. So,
and that grid system is
on top of that. The government again hired some private company. That's terrible.
So you think like, let's say Logan Paul made $10 million last year while he was living in Puerto Rico, when he paid $6 million in taxes. You think that would change the situation in Puerto Rico?
I don't think it's going to change the situation. They should have been doing that from the jump because it ain't just Logan Paul. It's some other dude right there.
You're saying $6 million from everybody. Everybody need to pay
every dude that come out there.
But you know where that's going to go though, Ant?
It's going to go to the government. I know.
It's going to go right into their pockets.
But they can't do nothing until they do something with the government. So,
all right. So listen, yo.
That's the issue. That's the real big issue.
And for mayor of Puerto Rico 2024, let's go.
So Puerto Rico. I'll tell you who don't want me for mayor of Puerto Rico, Logan, because I'm taxing him.
So should have what is it, Bianca? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Should she had talked about did she even mention it? I didn't see the documentary about the government and the
I think
and the crooked government that they have over there.
No.
I think she was just speaking like in general about like what's going on, like the displacement of the people.
It was mainly about housing and stuff. Yeah, displacement of people, right?
Yeah. And like how they're losing access to everything that they should have access to.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting too, because there's a law that says that they should have access to all of the beaches.
All the beaches, yeah.
And some of the beaches are blocked off.
For the rich dudes in Dorado,
the rich areas,
where Logan lives.
But he lives there, but I don't know if his house closes the beach, so we don't want.
Yeah. Now it's a couple of houses over there.
Yeah, but like where it's bad switch, where like there's like sharp rocks and stuff like that where you can't walk through.
But they tell them
the other side. Yeah, but they tell you to walk through. Like, oh yeah, you can walk, but you can't really walk, bro. It's like jagged rocks and stuff like that. Like there's just no passing through. But nobody's enforcing that. The government's not enforcing that. Like who?
That's the issue for me. At least for me, that's the issue.
Yeah, the government is the issue, but that's always been the issue. That's like I said. That's why they always like.
That's why Ant's running for mayor, 2024. Let's go.
That's why Trump talked about it.
He did say it at first. No, he did. But you know what?
Did he really?
He was blasting all of this.
He was blasting that lady.
Oh yeah, but that was after the hurricane, though, right? That was after
but it was true. Everything he said ended up being.
Yo, they had everything was in the warehouses.
They and a year later, all everything that was sent out there, all that water, everything was found in a container that was no good to use.
Dang.
So it's true. No one wanted to hear him say it.
So
though.
you think so the way to fix the situation in Puerto Rico for you is these corporations and taxes have to pay. I mean, these corporations and Logan Paul and everybody have to pay some kind of taxes.
What I think is they need to overhaul that whole system out there. And yeah, everybody gets taxed,
Yo, I'm curious. Like this ain't even on the docket, man. This is like a big conversation Puerto Ricans been having for like 50 years. What y'all think about Puerto Rico becoming a state or becoming independent?
I know some people are foreign, some people are native.
It's always like that. It's always
people ready to fight over that topic.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I honestly I don't know because there's some benefits to it, and then they feel like there isn't. But I don't think you can constantly complain and ask for help from the U.S. if you want to be
It's an abusive relationship, bro. It's toxic.
But then again, if we can give all that money to Ukraine,
talk about it.
I mean, then
talk about it.
There's no interest in Puerto Rico for them to send that much money.
Look, I got two words for you. That's not Christian.
And it looks like you feeling better, doing better.
Nah, I still got the pain and all, but it's a little better than.
I just gave him this conversation gave him an aneurysm, bro. You see, he was all hot. He was like, "What you mean?
Hold on, let me get on." What's the link? Send me the link.
He red too. Look, he all red now.
Nah, but I still have some pain and all, but it's not as bad as it was.
Good. Praise God. Praise God. Make sure y'all lift up our brother. Where? You staying? Or you staying? You staying with us?
No, I'm about to be out, yo. I'll come back on the comments. What you said, Elsewhere?
Before you go, how did you feel about the Mets losing yesterday?
Yo, I'm tired. I'm tired. That's probably why my head was hurting, yo.
Before the wild card, bro. I told y'all the wild card, bro.
That's probably why my head was hurting more, yo.
I was watching it, and I actually was rooting for y'all because I still root for New York teams, but it was bad.
That's how I am with LA teams. I don't care who.
Yo,
it's LA's winning.
One of my boys hit me and was like, "Yo, the Mets gonna Met, yo."
The Mets gonna Met.
They like the Knicks, bro.
Like the Knicks. I was about to say that.
Wow. You a Knicks fan? You a Met fan, bro?
Yo, all in one. Do it out real quick. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Yo, you guys sucked. What?
Yo,
Giants won yesterday, so
I was tight, yo. I can't even believe it. But I watched the game 2, and I thought they was gonna blow that one when they was up 7-3 or something like that. Because they had them. Now they had them bases loaded, and then they walked the batter with bases loaded. Wow. So I'm like, yo, they about to really blow this.
Yo, Ant, before you go,
what's up?
Let's talk about this, man. Draymond Green, Jordan Poole.
God, what a punch. He folded him.
Did he?
Folded him like a soup.
Who was wrong in the situation?
I don't know what really happened. What did he say to him? They say he was talking about LeBron.
Who? Jordan Poole was talking about LeBron?
Yeah, that's what I heard. They said he was talking about LeBron, and then he defended him.
He said, "Don't talk about my LeBron."
So, but I mean, who was wrong in the situation? Because it seemed like Draymond came up to him.
Oh, he pushed him, right?
And then Jordan Poole pushed him, and then he said, "All right, bet, boom."
But I don't know, because he pushed him because he was all in his face, though. Like, you don't want nobody in your personal space like that.
True.
Breath smelling like hot Cheetos.
So he pushed them because of that. But who knows? But I mean, yeah, I think. But on top of that, Draymond he's a vet. He's a captain, right? Like that.
So that means you go punch people?
No, I'm saying that means he should show a better example, right? He shouldn't be acting a fool out there like that.
So what were the consequences for that?
You saw what Brandon Jennings said, right?
Nah. Who's that? Must be Life?
Brandon Jennings?
Oh, you talking about an NBA player?
Yeah. Okay, he was like, he said,
must be Life.
Nah, you talking about Life Jennings. Nah, Brandon Jennings said, he was like, Draymond is only tough in the facility. He was like, because he ain't say nothing when Tristan Thompson's open hand slapped him in front of LeBron and Drake. He ain't do nothing.
Who open slapped him?
Tristan Thompson.
Oh, okay.
Chloe's baby daddy.
And mind you, all of this happened, it wasn't public. It was, a practice.
In the facility, yeah.
So how much that tape make?
500, right?
TMZ paid money for that one.
50 to 100K. That's what that was estimated.
I know.
We're in the wrong business.
And whoever did that is probably going to get suspended.
They're going to fire. They're getting fired.
So is Draymond done? Like, is he out of here?
He played already.
He didn't play.
He didn't play today?
Oh. He's out indefinitely.
Really?
Oh, for the rest of the season.
He said he's taking the time off indefinitely.
Oh, wow.
He said, I'm out. Yeah, I play too much.
So where's he going after this? LA?
Go home, yo.
He's a good teammate.
That's it.
Well, not a teammate. He's a good player.
He's a cheerleader, yo. That's it. Every meme you see him, he's cheerleading somebody on. Like that's all his memes, yo. Except his new one.
That was a bad punch, man.
Yeah,
knocked him out, right?
It looked like it. The way his legs collapsed.
You got him right in the chin.
That joint. Whew. Yeah, that was ugly. But
every time he play, people gonna bring that up.
Oh yeah.
You know when someone's playing
trash talking,
all that trash talk that they do.
Yeah, people talk about
you gonna punch me?
Right. People talked about Chris Child's 2-piece and Kobe for years.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I could see that. But your own teammate though?
Yeah.
Dang. He folded him up in that corner like he was about to put him away.
Good night.
Yeah.
Like when you swaddle your baby and you put him in the crib, like that's what he did.
Bro, his legs came down, look like a compact suitcase. That joint was bad, yo.
Jordan Poole's been on the team for how long?
A couple years, right?
So he's a newbie. He's a young boy.
Yeah, he's young. About 2-3 years, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so he ain't been there long. Now he got.
Anyone else comment on it, like Curry or any of the other?
Nah, I didn't hear anybody else comment. I didn't see anything.
I heard Damian Lillard comment, but I don't know what he said. I don't remember.
So you wouldn't hear everything.
Right. I heard something, but I really
saw
didn't
the
hear
article that said Damian had mentioned something, but I didn't read it.
Oh.
So there's that.
I heard.
I mean, I wonder what he said to get punched in the face.
Right.
Well, I think it was the shove, right? But for him to come in his face like that, like that's crazy.
Yo, don't talk about LeBron like that.
How dare you?
Right.
He had to defend LeBron's honor,
see,
man.
Yeah,
I think Jay would have done the same thing.
Right.
No,
him
facts,
and Chris.
100%. Right away.
Him and Chris.
Yeah.
And Chris.
Yeah. Now Chris would have been all in the DMs.
Oh.
Dang.
Yeah, man. I don't want to talk crazy to LeBron fans no more.
I
don't want that smoke, bro.
Good. That's good.
And Draymond's a big dude. Draymond is what, like 6'8"?
Yeah, he big. Yeah, Paul
6'8".
Yeah, he is. Anyway, all right, yo, get some rest. We about to finish up over here.
Oh, he's kicking you out, bro.
We're gonna go to word of the day, right?
All right, so stay on. Word of the day.
Oh, okay.
Nah, Ant gotta go. If we want to go,
yeah, go ahead. Whatever you gotta do.
Go ahead. Wow.
Just
go ahead. Just go to the word of the day. Like,
yeah. Here you go.
You covered me up anyway.
Oh man. All right, man. Well, today's word of the day is 1 Peter 3:8-9. It says, suffering for righteousness' sake. Finally, all of you have unity of mind, sympathy, brotherly love, a tender heart, and a humble mind. Do not repay evil for evil or reviling for reviling, but on the contrary, bless for to this you were called, that you may obtain a blessing. Amen.
That's so appropriate after this conversation, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, with everything in social media and like we got us as saints, we got to keep our love for one another, for this world, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Not the worldly things, but this world and how they handle things and repaying evil for evil, punching each other, knocking each other out, you know what I'm saying?
Senseless stuff.
For sure.
But thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Go check out the links in the description if you want more information on how you can support the podcast. And we'll see
the merch.
Yeah, merch. Link is in the description. Yeah, what's up?
Brooknom. Shout out to Brooknom. I didn't respond to your message because I can't see the chat from in here. But I'll get back to you, y'all.
All right, there you go. Shout out to Brooknom. And we'll see everybody on the next episode of the That's Not Christian podcast. Peace.
Yo, follow us on Telegram too.
Word. All that stuff is in the link in the description. Thanks.
Word.
Bye.
Bye.
This dude kicking us out, bro. Right? Go home.
All right, I gotta go.
Get out of here.
We gotta go to the restroom or something, bro.
Right.
Nah, bro, it's retention, man. Retention. People start getting off of the show once we start closing. So gotta be quick.
I'm out, bro.